Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
When I took office, this economy was in ruins. My predecessor was the first president Herbert Hoover, who actually lost more jobs than he had fewer jobs when he left than when he came in.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Taking blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty. That's why I don't.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Why would we believe anything this man has to say? Why would we be so lucky to think tonight, okay, at the State of the Union, he's going to be honest? He hasn't been honest with us. He said he's going to be the most transparent president, had the most transparent administration ever. None of that's true. He's the least transparent. I mean, just take, for example, when they're putting together that commission and the January commission. Under Biden, under his administration, the Oval Office the Speaker's office, Pelosi, Department of Justice, the FBI, under Garland. They told Jim Jordan he was notified not only would he not be appointed to that committee, but he was informed that their offices, especially the Speaker's office, would not cooperate in providing any documents. And the Department of Justice also identified to him that they weren't going to, he can ask for any subpoena he wants, but it's going to be denied because they give out the subpoenas. Where's the transparency? Again, when they took over, Republicans gained the House here in January. He was reminded again by the Biden administration, by the Department of Justice, by the FBI, by Garland. Same thing. Now remember, we're not going to cooperate with you. We're not going to send you any documents. You can send us all the subpoenas. I got to approve them. We're not going to do it. Transparency? What are you, nuts? What he is saying, and he's going to say this tonight, are lies. None of it's true. So I'm going to give you some information. So tonight when you're listening to him and he says,
manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
That's not true. Manufacturing, industrial production, okay, Biden has the biggest one-year manufacturing job at 18% than all the 46 presidents, all the previous 46 presidents. You take all of them. Biden has the biggest one-year manufacturing job than all of them. None of that's true, what he's saying. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This guy just can't. He's vile. He's a vile human being. He's the most vile president we ever had, the most vile son of a sitting president in our history. He plagiarizes, he embellishes, he lies, never tells the truth on anything, and especially these numbers. So let's talk about inflation and the economy. Here, listen to what he says about the economy.
When I took office, this economy was in ruins. My predecessor is the first president Herbert Hoover, who actually lost more jobs than he had fewer jobs when he left than when he came in.
And then he went on to say about inflation.
Are you taking blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man.
No, it wasn't already here when I got here, man. Inflation. Let's talk about inflation. On January 2021, when he got into the Oval Office, President Trump left him inflation of 1.4%. Is that a mess? 1.4%? No. Biden, 11 months later, or by December of the same year, Biden's inflation went to 7%. 7%. What are you, nuts? The guy's a liar. That's why he's vile. He's a vile person, He can't tell the truth. He won't tell the truth. Just like the balloon. He won't tell us the truth. What are you, nuts? You saw how he grew the economy. What? Grow the economy? He's grown the economy? The economy was in ruins, he says. Really? Well, Biden, the economy grew only 1%. Inflation rose 6.3%. This is in 2022 I'm talking about. What are you, nuts? Think about it. So he grew the economy just 1%, but he grew inflation by 6.3%. The guy can't tell the truth. Let's talk about manufacturing. He's a great manufacturer now.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last...
Yeah, shut up. That's a lie. Manufacturing, industrial production, dropped 18%. That's the largest drop of any of the past 46 presidents. This man just can't tell the truth. Can't tell the truth. Now, another thing, he should not be, he's like bathing in that job report of 517,000 jobs. What are you, nuts? That was not good information. That was not good news. It was terrible news. The 500,000 jobs. Why? Because it added to our problem. What problem? We have too many part-time jobs. So all he was doing is adding more part-time jobs, because most of those jobs are part-time. Are you kidding? Last thing we need. Now, remember what's happening here. Powell wants to get rid of the jobs. That's why he keeps raising rates, because he's in hopes that the CEOs, as interest rates keep going up, that they have to cut. And what is the biggest expense of any business? Labor. So Powell's hoping, yeah, I'm going to keep raising rates, and that way they'll start cutting labor. And the other thing is the part-time jobs are the first people who get laid off. The part-time jobs are the first people to get laid off. And it's our part-time jobs that are growing like gangbusters. 517,000 jobs. And think what happened. People in the stock market, the herd as I call them, the tourist investors don't know what they're doing. They immediately shifted out of the safe haven bonds and gold. Gold stocks, are they crazy? To chase this tech rally, which is nothing but short covering. It's called the head fake tech rally. And people are dumping their gold and jumping into this tech stock that they are going to lose money on. They got in too late, way too late. I gave you our numbers the other day. We're up a bunch of 20, 30% in these stocks. But we got in November, got in December, got in January 6th. Now they're jumping in after these stocks went up 18, 20, 30. One of these stocks up 40%. Stop listening to these people. You're going to get hurt.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, listen to my radio show on my podcast, YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook, okay? Also, for my Florida listeners, you can listen to me at 93.7. That's in the St. Pete area. That's FM. You can check that out. Okay, so it's funny watching the market today. So the plunger team's in there trying to push the market up because they know Biden's going to be speaking, right? So the one thing he doesn't want to do is go do a speech, State of the Union, and the market's down 300 points. So they're doing everything to push this market up. By the way, I've told you this many, many times, as I tell my gang members, when earnings season starts, always buy the spiders because you make money on those spiders every time. Because they financially engineer the stock market during earnings season, especially the very beginning of it, when you have the banks first and then you have the tech stocks, and they financially engineer the market to create a momentum to the upside. So we're up about 9% on our spiders. But that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do all year. If all you did every earnings season, go buy the spiders, you'd make money, and then short them on the way back down. Then you double your money because they do the same thing every year. But let's get back to what's going on here. You know, he's telling us how everything's so wonderful, what a great job he's doing. But let's talk facts. Retail sales had the biggest two-year drop. The biggest two-year drop. Now, remember, November and December was terrible. The holidays, November and December 2022 was one of the worst. Industrial production, he's bragging about industrial production. Are you kidding me? It's had the biggest 2-year drop. Listen to what he's saying about manufacturing. This is unbelievable. This guy that's why he's so vile. This guy just lies. And either he lies to himself. I don't know. He's a sick man when it comes to lying.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
That's not true. Industrial production's had this biggest 2-year drop under him. Under him. Are you kidding me? Productivity is down by 72%. 72%. Housing starts, the biggest year-over-year decline since 2009. 2009. Things are great. So I want you to remember these. When he's up there lying tonight and plagiarizing and everything else, I want you to remember this. Retail sales, biggest 2-year drop under the sky. Industrial production, biggest 2-year drop. Housing starts, the biggest year-over-year decline since 2009. Rents, the biggest increase in 30 years under the sky. Small businesses that he brags about, the optimism is at nearing the pandemic low of 90%. 90%. We're around 94% right now. 90% was the pandemic. We're heading that way. Credit card, TransUnion, $1 trillion credit card debt. They've had the highest delinquencies in 20 years. Auto loans, subprime, Equifax reports 31% increase in delinquencies. Savings. We've dropped from 32% of our disposable income in savings to 2.2%. This is the guy telling you how he's magic. This guy's magic. Are you kidding? Savings dropped from 32% of disposable income to 2.2%. What are you, nuts? 401ks, record withdrawals. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. Everything he's saying is not true. But the one thing, he's saying he's had the strongest job growth in history. How does he come up with that? And again, let's go back to these 517,000 jobs. Remember, this was very, very bad news. That's why come Monday, we didn't have a follow-through rally. And we don't even have a real follow-through rally today. 517,000 jobs. That's the worst thing could have happened. The reason is we're adding to our historic part-time jobs. And that's bad. That's the last thing we want is add more part-time jobs. We've never had so many people have 2 and 3 jobs. These part-time jobs are terrible. The more part-time jobs you have, remember, you go from part-time, you go from full-time to part-time to the poorhouse. Last thing you want is more part-time, because the next notch down is the poorhouse. Unbelievable. And Biden says he's not responsible for inflation. Well, who is? He's created the inflation. Who else created the inflation? Remember, no other president spent $7 trillion in 22 months. That's historic. See, inflation, as I said, is not created by the consumer. Inflation is created by Joe Biden, who doesn't put his foot down and tell the Congress enough's enough. We're not going to raise the ceiling. So they're going to raise the ceiling debt again. That's all he does. Remember, Biden has been in office 50 years. 50 years. He's never had an honest job. Never had an honest job. Look what he's doing. Unbelievable. If you really wanted to get this country out of problems, we got to redo our welfare reform. We need, never mind all this other reform. How about welfare reform? It's killing us. You know how many people we have right now? In the last year, I got to look up the number, but in the last year, see, something like the population grew something like 7 million people, I think, in 2 years. And 1.5 million, something like that. They're sitting there on welfare, because Biden's welfare programs, he masks them, he puts them under green. Everything's a green program, right? but they're straight welfare handouts. People need a hand up, not a handout. You gotta fix welfare. This is killing our country. People make more money staying home. He's disincentivized people going to work. That's why productivity is down 72%. He'll lie about that tonight. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The White House is signaling what the president's going to be talking about in the State of the Union tomorrow, including a new tax on corporate buybacks. The president, according to the White House just a couple of hours ago, is going to call for quadrupling the tax on those corporate stock buybacks.
That will never, ever happen. What are you, nuts? He's going to go. It's amazing. Congress is going to agree to tax, quadruple tax on stock buybacks, when Congress is owned by the very gangsters, okay, that pay these guys off. Wall Street puts them in Congress. Wall Street puts them in the Oval Office. Are you kidding me? This is all politics. They'll never do that. Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? They're going to cut off the hand that feeds them? You know, the other thing to remember, the market only can go up so much without money. We need money. Okay, but the big institutions are not putting money in this market. When the market dropped 38% starting in November, now let's use January 2000, well, from November of 2022 to January, a couple months later, 2023, when we dropped 38%, the NASDAQ dropped 38%. That was the leadership group for 13 years. 13 years. What people don't understand, it didn't go up 1,200% over 13 years because of fundamentals. It didn't go up because of profits. It didn't go up because they increased margins. Stocks didn't go up 12%, 1,200%, the NASDAQ stocks, because the free cash flow improved or margins improved. No, it went up for one reason. They would keep printing and printing and printing money, go buy treasuries, bring interest rates down to zero. And when I say interest rates, I'm talking about the Fed rate. Most people don't understand that. That's the Fed rate. That's the rate at which the banks are charged. In other words, that's the rate at which, when the Federal Reserve prints money, now they'll loan to your bank at 4.5%, then your bank loans to you. Don't you? Rates are going to keep going up. They're still going to go up. So how could anyone say, oh, that's all right, the market's on its way up again now, here we are, especially tech stocks. Tech stocks aren't going anywhere. And here's the other thing. They talk about the bottom. Remember what happened in October 28th and October 29th of 1929. Everyone thinks of that as the crash. This looks exactly like what happened in October of 1929, and then the big crash that we really had. That was the one from April, 1930 to July 1932. That was when we lost 89%, and that's what's going to happen here. No one's being honest with you. They're not being honest with you. With 70% of our workforce making less than $54,000 a year, with the inflation that keep raising rates, it's over. We had one hell of a ride for 13 years. You get up every morning, you look, you're up another 5,000, you're up another 10,000. I mean, it was like Christmas every morning. Every morning before your feet hit the floor, you made money in the stock market. It was so easy. Everybody was in the market. Now, the only people that's in the market, are smart money. And those are the hedge funds, Those are the insurance companies. Those are the big investment banks, pension funds. Those are the guys in the market. You know what they're doing? Covering their short positions. They're not buying stocks. We got a PE ratio, for God's sakes, on the S&P. The PE ratio, the forward PE ratio is 19. Are you out of your mind? Do you really think investment banks? Do you think pension funds? Wake up. Do you think they're going to go buy the S&P with a forward PE ratio of 19? $19 for every $1 earnings? That's what they're willing to pay? No. Who's paying that? Dopes. Even the average of 17 forward PE ratio, the valuation is too high. You want to get it back down to 12 to 15. See, people don't understand what's going on. All they do is hear these BSers on TV, these financial shows. So let's go back to the crash. We are like a mirror image of the 1928-29 crash, and the real crash was 1930 to 1932. So remember, Black Tuesday, 1929, October 28th. Then October 29, the market lost about 23% those 2 days. 28th, 29, remember that. The plunger team, their plunger team at that time, the guy that started General Motors, Durant, the Rockefellers, Morgans, they were the plunger team. They came in and said, we're going to stop the fall in this market right here. This is the bottom. Now, the people who put our bottom in October is a plunger team. But that's the head of that's the president, the chair of the Federal Reserve, the chair of the Communities Futures Trading Commission, the chair of the Federal Reserve. Who else? I missed one here. Federal Reserve, Treasury, Commodities Futures Trade. Well, anyways, and they're about 5 of them. They're the plunger team. What they do is they print money and they give it to the investment banks, and the investment banks go out and they buy, like what they're doing this afternoon. See, the market's up this is no surprise. The market's up 230 points. Of course it's up 230 points because what they did, printed money. They gave the money to the investment banks. The investment banks went and bought in futures to push the market up. Because Biden wants to go and speak tonight. He wants to be up 400 points. You think Biden's going to go in with a 400-point loss? Are you kidding? All right, so 1930, here we are. So the plunger team comes in, stops the 23% loss, exactly what we did. The next day, the market then continued to fall. Now it's November 1929. Big short covering rally. Just exactly what we're doing now. Same thing. Big short covering rally. All those big guys who made a lot of money, the Kennedys and everybody who was shorting the market, taking their profits. That's what we're doing right now. People, they're not going to be honest with you and tell you that. That's who's in the market. They're covering their positions. That's all. Now, the short covering had a bear market rally started November 14th, 1929. And all of a sudden, we had the big crash, April 17th, 1930. Boom! That's exactly what's going to happen here. Remember, I keep telling you, we're going to break that October low, and we're going to go down another 40, 50, even 60%. You wait and see. Same thing happened back then. April 17th, 1930 to July 8th, 1932. Everybody thought the bottom was in, just like everybody's telling you, October, the bottom's in now, October. November 14th, 1929, they said the bottom was in. Everybody started a short cover. Stock market started to rally. November 14th, 1929. April, everyone thought, okay, it's over. Boy, we missed that one. So they're sitting there, remember, from November to April. What's that, 5 months? No, but everybody's looking around, and all of a sudden the market starts cratering. Boom! Down 89%. Now, what caused that crash in 1929? What really caused that crash? The commercial banks, the investment banks, the savings banks, the insurance companies, and the brokerage firms. The same gangsters we have today, back then, All those were under one roof. Under one roof. When I get back, I'll tell you exactly what happened, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here in the future if you want to listen. But I know you won't, because you're going to believe these idiots on TV. Be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, you know, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake Business News Network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with PhilsGang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to PhilsGang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
All right, Steve. Okay, listen, we're going to hold a workshop, some webinar online because, you know, people just have no idea what's going on in this market. They're going to get killed. Whether you're in a 401k or you're trading yourself. I mean, people really believe that everything's okay again. Everything's all right. No, it's not. I just told you what happened to the stock market. The real 1929 crash, which nobody talks about, wasn't 1929. It was 1930 to July 8th, 1932. April to 17th, 1930 to July 8th, 1932. The market dropped 89%. That's exactly the same setup we're in right now. Same setup. The only difference is, remember, back then, we had the commercial banks, we had the investment banks, we had the savings banks, insurance companies, brokerage firms, all as one business. If you were an investment bank, you give somebody a house mortgage. You could open up a savings account for them. And what they did is they took the depositor's money, these big investment banks, and they went and speculated. I mean, can you imagine having it all under one roof? All those services, the kind of cash you have? So they took all the depositors' money and they gambled and they lost. So that's when they brought in the Glass-Steagall Act, which they need to do again. For years after they brought the Glass-Steagall Act in, which was, if you were a commercial bank, if you're an investment bank, you got to decide. Do you want to be an investment bank? Do you want to be a savings bank? Do you want to be an insurance company? Do you want to sell stocks and bonds? You can't be all. You got to pick what you want to be. We're going to separate them all out because putting you guys together, you gangsters, like putting Congress together, okay, give me a break. And we need the Glass-Steagall Act again, but we can't get it through because the Congress is so powerful. You just never get it through. So that's, now, again, the crash that we had back then, the whole entire setup, except for that, the only difference is now, okay, we have put so much money into this economy, printed money. I mean, my God, people have no idea the headwinds we have. I love when they say, oh, the economy's great. The economy's looking really good now. I have one cut here. Markets are going higher. I'm not going to waste my time. I had one cut, I thought, that talks about how great the economy's doing. Wait a minute. We got economic headwinds like we never had before. Are you kidding me? We got, think about it. We have a $31 trillion national debt, but forget that. We have a $100 trillion national debt we can't fund on top of the $31 trillion. Our country is in the hole every morning, $1.2 trillion. We're losing money. Our country's broke. We have a negative net worth of $20 trillion, negative, or $21 trillion rather. The cost just to pay the interest on the money we borrow from China is $475 billion. We don't have it. We have to borrow it. See, nobody thinks it. I don't know why it is people don't think about this. Social Security, unfunded, $1.1 trillion. We're spending $6.5 trillion, but are only taking $4.9 trillion. They're going to raise the ceiling again. See, the inflation comes from the damn Congress. They won't stop spending. Those gangsters won't stop spending because it's not their money. If you could stop their spending, we'd be fine. But it's them. And when I hear Biden blame consumers and Powell blame consumers, I get so angry. Consumers have nothing to do with inflation. Nothing. It's all on Congress. And that's why for Biden to sit back and say, I take no responsibility. No? You took responsibility for the last 2 years. You could have stopped spending. You could stand up and be a man instead of being a vile human being, instead of being a vile president, instead of being having a son that's the most vile son of any president. I mean, you people are unbelievable. I mean, what kind of a man do we have as president? Just look at his son. That'll tell you. Look at his son. They always tell you when you're interviewing someone, take them golfing. Take them golf. Then you'll see how they, and and take the son or take the daughter, and you'll see what kind of man you're going to be hiring, or woman you're going to be hiring. My Lord. Maybe let's get off that subject. Okay, we're going to have a webinar online so we can help you folks, okay? And we'll give you the date, probably Friday. We'll decide what date we're going to do it. But if you're sitting here thinking everything's okay, it's not okay. Because, see, all the money that we printed, $125 trillion, we can't get that money out. See, it's in the system. That's the problem. When you keep printing all this money and you keep shoving it into the system, and now they're taking out $95 billion a month? Are you kidding me? What they're not telling you, these gangsters and these banksters, that they're the $7 or $8 trillion they have on their balance sheet, the Federal Reserve, of all the bonds they bought, and they're sitting there in a shelf in the bank. They collect interest on that. Then they take the interest, and guess what? They go do more QE again, not tell us. There's no better place than the stock market to make money. There's no better place. I don't care. You can flip all the real estate you want. The market's a beautiful place because it's got tremendous amount of liquidity. I can sit here right now and take my Meta, which are up about 50, 60%. And I could just, with a click of the mouse, decide to get out. With a click of the mouse, get in. Or I could start a new stock. I could go take a look at Target, right? And say, gee, maybe I'll buy some Target. And if I make a mistake, I think, oh, gee, it's been in it for about 2 hours. I think I can get out of it. I can get out. I can sell somebody my stock within a split second. Can you do that with a house? Can you do that with a car? Can you do that with jewelry? Can you do that with diamonds? No. The reason you don't like the stock market is because you don't understand the stock market. If you understood the stock market, which we're going to do a seminar about, if you understood how it worked, but just know how the bond market worked, will make you a much better investor. If I went down the street and it was full of investors and I asked them, how's the bond market work with stocks? What happens when the bond market goes down? How does that affect my stock? If the bond market goes down, should I buy a bank stock or should I buy a tech stock? Nobody would know. 99% of the guys that work Wall Street, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. But the beautiful thing about the stock market is if you understand how it works, and I know I'm trying to sell you here with my Pro 2 color-coded chart, if you just follow the money, see, you don't follow the money. Instead, you follow this crap. Here's what you follow right here. All this kind of garbage right here, right? I mean, this is.
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore. Powell met with Trump. Everything's fine now. So
yeah. How'd that work out? Huh? How'd that work out? You listen to him, you lost your money. We had a big crash, right? We had 3 crashes. 3 crashes. 2018, 2020, and 2022. And I warned you about the first crash, 2018. On January 2018, I warned you. And we had the crash November, December of 2018. Matter of fact, it was the worst crash ever for a quarter. Look, the stock market's a wonderful place once you understand it and you control it. The way you control the stock market is have a good understanding of it. The problem is you don't understand anything about the market. You don't control it, and you're at the hooks of your broker, your planner. You're always looking at people that, please help me, please help me, please help me. They're not there to help you. Nobody's there to help you. What are you, nuts? Help you? You help yourself by being educated. Understand, how does this market work? Let me understand it so I can finally make money consistently. And that's what we'll do for you. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.